Yes, indeed. Welcome into another episode of Rip N Riff here on the Rip N Riff YouTube channel. That over there is at Mr. Jared Moore. I am at Fucking Thoughts, Adam Bernardo. Maybe he's not. I don't know. Maybe it's an imposter. He's
Who
in.
knows? There's only one way to find out.
I mean, you do look like you're in Jared's normal, abode. So, good job, imposter, being an imposter. If you are indeed an imposter, there we go. It's a Rip and Riff. A lot to get to today. As I was talking to Jared before we started today, probably our last non-hockey episode for the Stanley Cup. Maybe there's one or two random leaks, but a lot going on in the other sports. We're going to get to all those other things today. Of course, we'll recap Week 8 in the NFL. We'll look ahead. We'll give our 3 picks for Week 9 in the NFL. There will only be 4 bye teams next week, not 6, so it won't be as crazy. Also, obviously, the NBA betting scandal. We got the World Series, so plenty to get to today here. And I got a little grief with WNBA cards that needs to be mentioned as well. But before we do that, we got to get to our pack ripping lineup here. And Jared, you're going to have the leadoff pack today since you're bringing the football. What do you got today?
Oh, yeah, and we're going, we spare no expense on this show, so we're going with the Panini Encore 2024 debut edition cards. And, there's some box we have here. 6 cards per pack, 10 packs per box, 10 packs per box, excuse me. Find 1 autograph and 1 memorabilia card per box on average. So, it sounds like we're guaranteed an autograph card. It's somewhere in this box, so hopefully it's a halfway decent player.
Yeah, we would love to pull something nice out of that. Panini, they do look nice. I was looking them up. The Panini Encores online last night. They use like Donruss. They use a retro like Pacific look and a retro Pinnacle look. So it's that's kind of cool too. I'll be bringing the baseball and the basketball to the table. It's some '96 Top Stadium Club. No real great rookies there. Is Matt Lawton? Yep, that's the one. They also have a Bash and Burn, insert series, which they have creams for. You see all the other ones there. Mickey Mantle Gold would be cool to pull one of those out of this pack here. And then I got a 30 card value pack. This was one of those Kohl's buys I talked about on the way to the register. I checked when the last time I went in. No more packs. It's a done thing already. So they have they have the blaster boxes, but no more of the hanger packs. It's like, if I'm going to get a blaster box, I'd rather go to the hobby shop or order it online. But nonetheless, we'll talk about that. We'll get more into the NBA betting scandal there with Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, who's like the last person I would expect to be involved in like a scandal like that. But hey, there you go. But without further ado, Jared, you got the leadoff pack today, so let's get cracking here. Let's talk a little Week 8 in the NFL.
We'll probably do like 3 packs, I would say, and probably save the rest for a future edition of Rip and Riff. We don't want to go through the entire gambit here, and we are going to start with the newest member of the Las Vegas Raiders, apparently, in Tyler Lockett, who just got his release from the Titans this past week.
I mean, that makes sense. Familiarity with Carroll. They could use a receiver. Yeah, familiarity with Geno. I mean, he's been atrocious to start the season. So if anything's going to get him going, it's going to be somebody he's very used to throwing the ball to, his ultimate security blanket.
Yep. We have, speaking of the Titans, we have Tyler Boyd, who I think is still there, maybe, or maybe they released him this offseason. He's not in the league. I'm not 100% sure.
Tyler Boyd, according to Pro Football Reference, is not with anybody right now.
Yeah, so he's probably just out of the league in general. Patrick Surtain, cornerback for the stud cornerback for the Denver Broncos. Broncos big win yesterday at home against the Dallas Cowboys.
Big win on both sides of the ball, looking sharp in those orange crush throwbacks. Yeah, it was a good day to be a Bronco fan. In fact, Jerry Jones seemed so happy for the organization. It almost seemed like he was more happy that they won than more upset than they lost. It was a very strange, like he was like waxing poetic and heaping praise all over the Broncos organization. It's like, you just got the doors blown off you. Joe Milton got reps at the end of the game. It was that bad.
Well, it's a good thing Joe Milton got reps after they traded draft capital for him. Zaire Franklin, linebacker for the Colts, who I mean, the Colts haven't played anybody all year, but they're taking care of business, and they're beating the teams they're supposed to be. They got another convincing win yesterday over the hapless Tennessee Titans.
I just do want to say from an IDP perspective, Zaire Franklin's been a little less consistent. I have him in multiple leagues. He's usually a rock solid, like 13 to 16, 18 point guy, and there's been some single digits there. But yes, the Colts, I mean, the defense is strong. What can you say? Jonathan Taylor, the offense, Daniel Jones, everything's like the other shoe has to fall at some point, but right now everything's hunky-dory in Indianapolis.
Yep. Let's see. Michael Penix Jr., Team Pinnacle rookie card there. Unfortunately for the Falcons, Michael Penix was too banged up to play yesterday, so they had to turn to Kirk Cousins, and that did not go well against the Miami Dolphins.
Our pal Warren Sharp mentioned on Twitter that Kirk Cousins is one of the all-time bag getters, and he's absolutely right. Like, think about all the money he's gotten off of one big victory.
Good for him.
Yeah.
And last but not least, a Caleb Williams rookie card. So there you go.
All right, that's a nice pull out of the first pack. There we go. A little Caleb rookie. Not a great day in Baltimore yesterday, but Bears still looking okay.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if Caleb Williams actually lived up to the hype, but that's a whole other thing. So we'll do a couple more packs of these. I like the look of these cards.
They go to Cincinnati this week, so maybe he's got a chance to have like a big performance this week.
You're just feeling your oats after the Jets get off the board and get win number 1 yesterday, huh?
I'm just saying, if the Bengals let the Jets do that to them, and the Bears are clearly a better team than the Jets, why can't the Bears? I mean, I already kind of figured out one of my plays for our pick segment later, although that is a very high total already. But I might consider the over there, 51.5.
Yep. All right. We got Kyle Duggar with the Patriots, or formerly with the Patriots. I think they cut him or traded him. I don't remember which. Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver for the 49ers, who hasn't played this year. He's still recovering from a torn ACL.
He's still with the Patriots. He was just inactive this week, Kyle Duggar. And yes, the 49ers, I mean, they're just, it's the laundry list of injuries that just goes on and on and on.
Yep. We have Willie Anderson, our stud defensive lineman there for the Houston Texans.
Very inconsistent team. Look great one week and then can't score the next.
We have our autograph card here. The good news is it's a rookie card. The bad news is it's Cade Stover from the Houston Texans. But we do an autograph card. So there we go.
Hey, Cade Stover. What's Cade Stover doing this year? Anything? Got to be doing something for the Texans. I mean, they don't have a ton of tight ends.
Let's see.
One game, 4 targets, 4 receptions, 22 yards. That's what you got so far.
Oh, wonderful. Let's see. We have a Pinnacle Blueprints Patrick Mahomes card. Like the design of this card here.
That's cool. I like that one too.
And last but not least from this pack, a Jerzon Newton rookie card here with the Washington Commanders as they play tonight on Monday Night Football.
And the Patrick Mahomes card before that. So there you go. A little matchup game there.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
Chiefs should win no problem tonight. I mean, it's a big number. Maybe the Commanders cover it, but Chiefs should win easily.
All right, one last pack from this box, and then we'll put the rest of them on ice for a little bit. Let's see. We have Devontae Adams here with the Jets, obviously, but now he's with the LA Rams.
Actually, like that card. That's a nice card. I don't always like the all Jets black look, but it actually looked nice there.
We have Chase Brown with the Bengals. Chase Brown, I don't think he's very good. That's why I traded him in Dynasty, but there you go.
Had a good day yesterday before, and Samaje Perine also had a big day yesterday.
Let's see. We have Jake Ferguson with the Cowboys.
Was held to nothing yesterday. Big old goose egg.
That's exactly what you want on National Tight End Day. We have CeeDee Lamb with the Cowboys, who was not held to nothing.
CeeDee Lamb is one of those receivers where, man, he gets it done every week. From a fantasy perspective, from an on-the-field perspective, and they got Prescott, but, man, the Cowboys just waste everything around them.
We have Micah Parsons. The future is now card with the Cowboys. Unfortunately, for the Cowboys, Micah Parsons is no longer part of their future.
And it seems to be very happy in Green Bay. Things working out so far.
And speaking of Green Bay, last but not least, a Javon Bulliard rookie card here.
There we go. Strong member of the secondary there now. So we went through the deck. We didn't, we pulled the Devontae Adams card, but he's more at the Rams now. But just going through the Giants lose to the Eagles yesterday, 38-20. Obviously, losing Cam Scatterbo to the very
What a way
bad
to
ankle
ruin my
injury.
Sunday.
A dislocated ankle, we'll put it politely. Yeah, so I mean, whatever hopes, I guess, because I mean, you could just see the air got let out from them. Even Jackson Dart in the post-game press conference was just like saying the right things, but you could just tell like the heartbeat is not there.
Right. I wasn't watching that game live. I was watching the Devils because they were on at the same time, but I was keeping tabs of what was going on. I checked Twitter during one of the stoppages, and I saw the Cam Scatto got injured news, and then I saw the disclaimer: if you're squeamish, don't look at it. Don't look for the replay, which is always. I'm not really that squeamish when it comes to stuff like that, but like I appreciate the heads up because it's like good. I know this is a brutal injury. I know I don't need to go look for it, and dislocated ankle is that's brutal. That's a season ender. Is it bad as a Giants fan that I actually think? I don't want to say it's a good thing in disguise because he's obviously, suffered a major injury here. But like, is it bad that I think it's a good thing he's not going to take blows to the head for 2 months?
So you're not wrong to think that, but this is what I'll say. You'd rather it not be an ankle injury. Like you'd run it to just be like a broken, fibula or something like that. Like, okay, they're going to set it and it's a bone and it's going to heal and it just needs time. Where with it's a dislocated ankle where I'm sure there's some, muscular damage around that too. Like that's not ideal. I mean, granted, he's not really a cutter, but he still needs that ankle to hold up.
No, it's not ideal, but I think I would rather like a major ankle injury than like an ACL or an MCL or something that would actually like impact your speed. I don't disagree with you with the cutting and whatnot, but I feel like, this is me playing doctor now. Like I feel like Cam Scott will probably be good to go by training camp would be my guess.
And here's the thing: you come into a season where it's not this like awkward dance where like, all right, Russell Wilson's our starter. We'll go to, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna come in knowing they're the guys. They're gonna have a training camp where he's the top running back. Jackson's the top. Yeah, like I get what you're saying because, like, let's face it, even if things went really well for the Giants this year, what was that going to be? 5-12. Like,
yeah, now you might want to lower it to like 4-13.
But that's the thing. Like, even if things had gone well, looking at the schedule and just some of the opponents they have, like, yeah, they had a cut, but they lost one of the winnable games already with the Saints. That was one that you thought that okay, maybe they can get that one, and they didn't. So yeah, rough way for the Giants. Season to it's only halfway over for them in terms of games, but let's face it, it's going to go south quickly. Now the Jets, one of the only, I think it was the only single digit point game yesterday. Everything else was double digit point total point differentials. It looked like the Jets were out of it, and like it was very to get the Nick Mangold news right before the game. I am rocking the Mangold jersey today. That's rough. And then when you really thought about it, like the way things that were going with the Jets, Mangold was an Ohio State guy. They're playing in Ohio. It's like if they can find a way to win this game, they'll win it. And I'll admit, when Aaron Glenn decided to go for 2 at 38-30 with the amount of time on the clock, it's like, what are you doing? Just kick the extra point. Like I did not understand that at all, and it ended up working out, even though it was a close call on the goal line. There, they reviewed it and said it was 2. But to get that kind of win, like, yeah, you almost wish they didn't have the bye this week because you'd like to have that bye carrying the practice, carrying the game, and not be like, all right, I'll see it for film like on Thursday or whatever. So, and they have Cleveland coming out of the bye at home, but that defense is formidable. I didn't really look at in New England yesterday, but New England also might be a juggernaut at this point that we have to consider. So yeah, it was good to get that win. Sucks to get the Mangold news. I mean, like when you see a guy like Rex Ryan like that, he likes to ham it up, but he wasn't hamming it up yesterday. That was raw emotion on the ESPN NFL show, talking about like Mangold wanting to play in Rex's last game, even though like Mangold, as Ryan put it, was injured and still suited up. Yeah, just it was a good note on a what was otherwise a crappy day for the Jets. And like I said, they go into the bye now. And all right, they got their win. Now you can go into let's get the top overall pick mode. Like you look at the problem is when you look at the rest of the schedule, the Saints are on there. They have the Dolphins at home. So it's like they could get 3 wins. And like there's a lot of teams that'll have 3 wins. And then it starts coming down to like strength of schedule, tiebreakers, all this nonsense. They have winnable games on the schedule. Let's not get crazy here. I'll accept a win over the Dolphins because I don't like the Dolphins. Saints don't win against Jacksonville and Jacksonville. Don't beat the Saints in New Orleans. Just get your other win against Miami, and that's it for this year. That's it.
Jets football.
Yeah, Jets football. It's not even Halloween, and this is how we're talking.
It is what it is. I mean, like
it's a lost season.
At least, look, they might be a bunch of losers, but at least you can't say that like they didn't win a game. Like they got a win.
And to be fair, that's all I wanted. I just did not want to be the first 0-17 team. That's all I wanted. Like
you don't want to make history. You just want to. We're okay being bad. It's just don't want to be historic.
Like people like, oh, nobody remembers second place, but they do remember the 0-16 Detroit Lions. So like nobody wants that. Like
right. And the Browns went 0-16 too, right? With Freddie Kitchens or Hugh Jackson. I forget which coach, but
might have been a combination of both in the same season with an interim tag on one of them for all we know. But yeah, like you remember the 0-16 teams. Like you don't. Maybe you remember a 1-15 team. I think like Peyton Manning went 1-15 rookie season or something like that. But you don't really remember them. You remember the winless teams. The Jets avoided that fate at least. Even if Glenn gets fired at the end of the year, obviously Justin Fields, unless Justin Fields used yesterday as a turnaround moment and actually becomes a viable starting quarterback, probably not, but he's going to get the chance now with a bye week to prepare for Cleveland. It's not going to be an easy task, but nonetheless, there we go. Last week, Jared and I going 2-1 in our picks. He hit on the Eagles -7 and the Ravens -6.5, but the Steelers did not cover +3.5. As I think they forgot that football has 2 halves, and that when you come out of halftime, you're supposed to keep playing at the level you were playing in the first half. Then I went 2-1. I had the Denver Broncos -3, and I had the over in that Packers Steelers game 44.5. But I had the Bengals -6.5, and that's what you get for going against your own team once in a while. Now we look ahead to week 9. We open things up on Thursday Night Football. Ravens at Dolphins. Ravens 7.5 point road favorites on a short week, total 50.5, which is the second highest total I see on the board right now, behind Bears, Bengals, and Chiefs, Bills. Also tied. Oh no, Cardinals, Cowboys on Monday night, 53.5. Oh my, a lot of 50s this week. Any thoughts on this one?
It would be either lay the points of the Ravens or nothing for me. I'm not taking the points with Mike McDaniel and Tua Tagovailoa. I don't care that they won this past week. They beat a bad Falcons team.
They beat a Falcons team with Kirk Cousins. Like if they had beaten a Michael Penix team that actually was competent, okay, maybe you put a little stock in that. But no, I agree. I'm not going to pick it. But yeah, I would lay the points with the Ravens. Otherwise, nothing at all there. Vikings Lions, one of the marquee matchups of the early window, or one of the only ones, I should say. Lions 8.5 point home favorites, 47.5 the total. Minnesota's looking pretty bad as of late. I mean, it's also
a lot of points. There's a lot of big spreads here with favorites that it's either the favorite or nothing for me, and I don't really want to take the points with some of these really bad teams because some of these bad teams are just dreadful.
Are you putting the Vikings in the dreadful class?
I don't know what JJ McCarthy is. That's the problem.
Right.
And like I assume he's going to play this game because like they've held him out this long. Like you really need like 2 months to recover from a high ankle sprain, or are they just trying to hide him at this point? Like I don't really understand what's going on with Minnesota. But even then, like I don't think they can block. And I don't think that Lions defense is a great matchup for him. So like I would either lay the points with the Lions or do nothing.
Agree again. After that, another big spread. Chargers 10-point road favorites in Nashville, taking on the Titans. Total 42.5 there. I mean, at some point, you think the Titans are going to figure it out, get close, be in a close game, not get blown out. I just don't know if it's the Chargers this week. I don't know. I don't trust the Chargers on the road as 10 double-digit favorites, so I'm not touching this one.
I mean, the Titans are at least doing the right thing in the sense that like they're starting to work in some of their younger players like Alamayor and uh, Chimera Dike, the wide receiver. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but so they're starting to like
Gunnar Helmet, tight end.
Right. So they're starting to at least go in that direction, but I don't know. I'm not touching this game.
It's gonna be all right. So now the next one, I think I found one I like. Patriots 5.5 point favorites at home to the Falcons. Total 45.5. I mean, they just covered they were what 7-point favorites against the Browns and covered that no problem. Even if Michael Penix is ready to go, I don't. There's nothing about the way the Patriots are playing that makes me think they would struggle with the Falcons at home, and there's nothing about the consistency. There's no consistency with the Falcons to make me think, oh, maybe they can, give the Patriots a fight. I think this is one of my picks right here. Patriots -5.5.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to take them, but I tend to agree with you.
I mean, unless there's like some sort of matchup that I'm not thinking of that, like, oh, the Falcons can expose that. They happen to have a strength there. That's a weakness for the Patriots, but I don't know. It also depends. Drake London yesterday either, so that's why the Dolphins' victory. Like, yeah, it's like when you just look at the scoreboard, you go, "Oh, the Dolphins beat the Falcons." Yeah, it's like they didn't have the starting quarterback or top receiver. Niners Giants. Niners 2.5 point road favorites at the G-Men. 48.5 total. I mean, who's going to be playing for the Niners? Do we know? Is Purdy back? Are we going to play that dance again this week?
I assume it's Purdy just because he's already missed this much time. This might be a spot where I take the Giants
with the points.
Even though 2.5 is not a lot of points. I feel like the Giants can get after the quarterback, and with Purdy dealing with a toe injury, I don't think that's necessarily the greatest thing. It's not like Mac Jones is the fleetest of foot either. That Niners defense is not very good. It's not the same defense that they had several years ago. Now, the one cause for concern with this game is I don't think the Giants have any answer to stop Christian McCaffrey, and that might be a little bit of a problem for him. But I think for this one, it would be Giants or nothing.
I'm tempted to play the over because of what you said. Like the Niners defense isn't great, and McCaffrey's probably going to have a big day. So, like, if I'm looking at anything in this game, it's over 48.5. The Niners are just they'll. Yesterday, I feel like if they had beaten the Texans yesterday, I'd be more inclined to lean towards the Giants. But I don't know if they're going to have 2 bad road losses in a row, even with their mounting list of injuries. And yeah, but maybe Purdy gets back in the fold and that changes things. This is the marquee matchup of the early window. Colts Steelers. Colts -3. Colts 3-point favorites in Pittsburgh. Totals 49.5. I don't know a reason to, but I don't know what happened with Pittsburgh yesterday. I feel like this might be the Colts' first real road test of the season. I'm probably not touching this, but I would be inclined to lay the points with the Colts.
I'm probably not touching it either, but I lean taking the points with the Steelers.
See, I did that last night and was burned by that. I'm like, oh, Steelers +3 with Rodgers going against the Packers. Even if they lose, it'll be close.
Yeah, I'd go back to the well. I think on that one.
Got a potential play there. Still in the early window here. Broncos Texans. Broncos 1.5 favorites on the road in Houston. 39.5 the total there. They're expecting a defensive struggle, defensive dominance on both sides there.
Yeah, I'm going to spoil one of my picks. I'm going to take the Broncos here.
Broncos, they covered a 2 on the road.
Yeah, or 1.5, whatever the number is.
They cover the 1.5. I think so. That's something I would consider as well. They look good right now. They really do. Let's see here. Bears 1.5 also road favorites in Cincinnati. Total 51.5. My initial lean here is over. I don't really see any defensive. If the Jets can hang 39 on Cincinnati, and I recognize a lot of that is in comeback rally mode. Yeah, I think the over in this game, even though it's one of the higher ones for the week at 51.5, I think we see both teams could easily get into the 30s.
I think I'm going to stay away from this one.
Okay. Here's 5. Still got a few more games to go here. Last one in the early window. Packers 11.5-point home favorites to Carolina, total 44.5.
It's just too big a spread.
Yeah.
It's Carolina or nothing for me, and I lean towards nothing.
I think that's too big enough. Green Bay is going to win the game. I don't think Carolina is going to give them much of a fight. That's a high number. Now we get to the late window. Saints at Rams, 13.5-point favorites. The Rams are at home. 44.5 is the total there. Coming off a bye, the Rams winning by 2 touchdowns against a team like the Saints. Who knows? But the problem is, who's going to be the quarterback? Are they going to go back to Spencer Rattler, or did Tyler Shuck do enough in his chances on the field yesterday? I don't know. I mean, I'd probably lay the number with the Rams, but I'm probably not taking this one.
I would agree. It's either Rams or nothing.
Jaguars 3-point road favorites at the Raiders, 44.5 the total. I mean, Jacksonville should win this game. Which Oakland team shows up? The one that figured out a way to beat the Patriots week 1, or the team that just got shut out? That's the only thing to me, is they're coming off that 31-0 shutout. I feel like there's going to be some sort of bounce back there. I would potentially take the Raiders with points at plus 100.
Well, if an Oakland team shows up, you're probably in trouble because they're based out of Vegas.
Yeah, it's force of habit. I mean, I don't know. I live up. I miss having a football team an hour away from me. 49ers are a little bit farther, and the parking situation's a nightmare.
Yeah. I'm not touching that game. I don't have a strong enough take either way. I do have a take on the next game.
And then this is the game of the week here. Chiefs Bills seems like an annual affair. We got the Chiefs are 1.5 favorites in Buffalo. Totals 51.5.
And I'm going to grab the 1.5 with the Bills. I think they win the game outright, and I think the Bills get back on track and they show that they're a force to be reckoned with in the AFC.
I listen. I think they win the game outright too. I'm tempted to take them with the points there. I would look at the over there too, because I mean, 27-24 puts you kind of right there, and I think there'll be a little bit more points than that. If I'll probably take the over there, not to totally tell you. I'll write it down, make sure there's nothing else I like here. And then let's see. We go to the Sunday night game, Seattle at Washington. Seahawks 3-point road favorites. Jaden Daniels starting or not? That's the question. I'm staying away. Totals 46.5.
I don't think the Commanders are that good. Even with Jaden Daniels, I don't think they're that good.
They're like a 9-8 at best team.
It feels like last year they kind of pulled all these wins out of their rear end. And yeah, they made these moves to improve the roster, but the team's not actually like all that great. Like I might lay the 3 with Seattle on the road.
Coming off the bye too, so they'll be rested up, ready to go. Monday Night Football, Cardinals, Cowboys, Dallas. My 3-point home favorites. Total is 53.5. That is the highest of the week right there. I can make an argument that either team could win that game. I'd say if I was going to bet the total, I think it's high scoring, but that's a pretty high number. So that's a stay away from me.
Yeah, if I touch that game at all, I think it would be taking the over.
All right, so Jared's got. So I'm taking the Patriots -5.5 at home against the Falcons. And I've got the over 51.5 in both Chicago, Cincinnati, and Buffalo, Kansas City. Jared has already taken Denver -1.5 and the Bills +1.5 at home against KC. Denver to a 1.5 road favorites there at Houston. What is your final play?
I'll take the Seahawks -3 on the road.
Seahawks -3 on the road. All right. Glad that I got the I did not ended up having to take the Las Vegas / Oakland Raiders there +3, because that was the other one I was considering, but I didn't want it to be a part of my 3. So there we go. Those are our week 9 3 picks each for the upcoming week there. Now it's time to get to a little baseball here. World Series resumes tonight. Series is tied 1 game apiece here. Max Scherzer going to go tonight for the Blue Jays. I forget who's going for the Dodgers tonight. Is it Glasnow?
I think it's Glasnow. I could look it up real quick, but I thought they were going Glasnow 3 and Ohtani 4.
That sounds about right. So now we're going to do some 96 Tops Stadium Club. I think it's been a fun World Series so far. Good to see the Blue Jays get out to that for at least, they couldn't let the Dodgers win both. So see how things go in LA for them. Otis Nixon opens up this pack here with the Texas Rangers. Those are sharp cards. They focus on the picture. It's nice, inlay there, subtle, but you can see it. Speaking of the Dodgers here, we got Todd Worrell there, little Dodger. See if we get Blue Jay in this pack. We got Blackjack McDowell here. This looks like it was after he flipped the crowd off, but we don't know.
It's tough to tell.
Tough to
I
tell.
don't think it's necessarily the same game.
Now, this is also funny. We're hoping for the Mickey Mantle on this pack. That was the year he passed because you could see the 7 on the sleeve there and the stripe. So that was, in theory, that was a good signing. That didn't work out. Now, if you didn't like, one wasn't enough, here's a second one.
Oh, there you go. Well, you can't have more than, you can't. It's like Lay's potato chips. You can't have just one.
So expect that to be in your next shipment at some point. We got Mike Greenwell here, good player for the Red Sox. I do like the look of these cards. Oh, what is this? This is a Silver X record breaker. Oh, this is a nice one. Ryan Klesko. Might actually be something to a Braves fan. Let's see here. We've got Luis Sojo, one of the best Yankee utility infielders of all time. Good clubhouse guy.
Yeah, can't really tell what team he's with there. I want to say Seattle maybe, or California Angels, or I can't tell.
That is a Mariners card there.
Yeah,
that's
there
the
you go.
teal at the bottom. Let's see here. Let's see a free stadium club membership. Wow.
Nice.
Let's see. See here we got Vinny Castilla, one of the power hitters from the Rockies in that era, along with Big Cat Andres Galarraga.
Yep, and it's funny. You capture him mid swing there with the shot there. It looks like he's just doing one of those thunder bats with the giant barrel.
Does look like it because of the way the shot is. Yeah. We got here Mike Bordick catching what looks to be either an infield fly or maybe a foul ball there.
There you go. Former Mets legend, Mike Bordick.
There you go. Legend. A legend. And then last but not least here, we've got a Top Stadium Club. What is this? Looks like an all-star insert here. Mike Stanley was a catcher with the Yankees for a little while.
He was, yeah, good power hitter in his day.
So look, we got a Blue Jay there at the time, and then we got a Dodger. So we got both in the pack. What do you think the rest of the series, how this goes?
I'm not surprised they got the split in Toronto, and it kind of went the way I thought it might go. Snell's a pitcher. Like, he's a really good pitcher, but his issue is he tends to nibble a little bit. He doesn't really have a put away pitch. And I the way he escapes some of these jams is almost like Houdini like. And against a team like Toronto, that's not necessarily a good matchup because they don't strike out a ton. I feel like the rest of this series favors the Dodgers in terms of like Yamamoto didn't have much issues plowing through that that Blue Jay lineup. Like, he was able to strike guys out, and I feel like Glasnow with his stuff can do the same. I feel like Ohtani with his stuff can do the same. I also don't like betting on Max Scherzer at age 41 to repeat what he did against Seattle. I feel like it's more likely he's going to have his 2009 Pedro Martinez moment, which if you remember, in that World Series against the Yankees, Pedro Martinez was basically completely cooked when he was with the Phillies. So I feel like this might be something similar. I would say Dodgers in 6 probably, but like, I also wouldn't be surprised if the series never made it back to Toronto.
I initially said Dodgers in 6. I'm going to stick with that. I think the Blue Jays are good enough to get one out there. Yeah, I think the Dodgers are they know how to win in the postseason. I think for the Blue Jays to beat the Dodgers, they have to consistently be at their best and have everybody going, where the Dodgers just kind of have to maintain status quo by their standards, and they're going to be fine. Excuse me. So yeah, I'll stick with Dodgers in 6, and yeah, because if the Dodgers, if they go back there for a game 6 and Toronto wins game 6, that's going to be a problem in game 7. That building's going to be insane. Like, Austin Matthews could score in his own net 3 times the same night, and nobody would care the same night of game 7. Like, yeah, it would just be a non-fact. There we go. We got a little Top Stadium Club baseball there. Now the story of the week, I guess. NBA betting scandal. You know, Tim Donaghy. You thought that was behind you, and like, yeah, we all knew, like, you know, assume things are going on, but you have the poker scandal, and then Terry Rozier. It's just been a mess. For a team for a league that's trying to expand to Las Vegas next year. This is not what you want.
How dumb do you have to be as a player?
Yeah, I know.
You Terry Rozier, you're making $160 million as a player, and you need to get involved with, point shaving and manipulating your stats and all that sort of stuff. Where, you're doing it to make a couple extra $100,000. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, and sometimes there's situations where players end up getting mixed up with the wrong person, and they owe favors or whatever. So yeah, it's. And I would assume at this point there is some sort of like for rookies, like some sort of seminar about like what to avoid. And I get it. Like, it's easy to have the presentations for those things, and then, who pays attention or whatever. But yeah, I mean, just like, gotta be smart. Like you said, you're making millions of dollars to do what? Make 100,000, if that. Don't make sense.
It's silly, but it is what it is.
I mean, we got to start out. We got a little Jay Crowder here with the Bucks.
Cool. Let me know when Terry Rozier pops up, or Chauncey Billups coaching.
That's what we're hoping for, and that's the thing. Chauncey Billups was always known as like the, good point guard that, just. It never seemed like a guy that would do the wrong thing. He was the guy that seemed like when everybody else was going out, he was the guy going back to the hotel room kind of thing. Like, but. Happens,
maybe it turned out he was going to like illegal poker games allegedly.
Yeah, maybe he was just going to a different hotel room in the building. Like, all right, I'm going to be in this hotel, so just get a room there and we'll get a game going. Let's see here. We got Anthony Black here with the Orlando Magic. We got Taylor Hendricks. That's a nice looking jazz shot there. Grayson Allen here with the Phoenix Suns. It's still early in the season. You can't really say too much about what's going on, except the fact that the Thunder with the 2 double overtime games to start the season has been pretty. That's a good. The NBA had that going, and then the whole news dropped. It's like, man.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is like the NBA, like the Encore product, like the first week of the season has been really entertaining. It's just the last thing they need right now as the season starts. But I don't know.
Yeah, just not ideal timing. Not nothing you want there. Brandon Ingram there with the Pelicans. We got Bol here with the Phoenix Suns. It's a solid look of these cards here. If this card would stop sliding, that would be get out of here, Bol. We got Aaron Nesmith here with the Nesmith here with the Pacers. We got Jonas Valanciunas with the Washington Wizards here. He's a guy that's bounced around a bunch. I got to be real fragile with this next card. This is Joel Embiid. Very careful with that one. We don't want to hurt it.
We don't want to mess up his knee.
There we go. There we go. We got Andrew Nembhard here with the Pacers. Tyler Herro here with the Heat. Got a rated rookie, Rob Dillingham with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dalton Connect here with the Lakers. Tyler Kolek, I can't even say anything about. I don't know anything about him with the Knicks. AJ Johnson. Yeah, a good, strong list of rookies here. All right, finally, we get to some like better cards here. We got a Pass the Rock, Nikola Jokic. Okay, there we go. Not a bad one.
Yeah, Jokic putting those water polo skills to work right there with his passing.
He is not like. Well, is that from Meet the Parents when they're playing water polo and he gets the ball like thrown at him right in the face or something like that? Like, imagine Jokic just take with that wingspan, getting ready to just hurl a ball right at you. Like, that is fearful.
Right, and like water polo is like the big sport in Serbia aside from basketball. Like, like that's like their big Olympic sport, and like Jokic, he plays water polo, so like you see that that going in, and then you see some of the passes he makes, and it's just like, all right, that checks out.
I mean, listen, you don't want him to mess up his arm or anything like that, but I'd be like, hey, warm up your arm. I just want to see how fast you can throw a baseball with that wingspan and that strength. I mean, geez, imagine we got Tyrese Maxey here, the 76ers, Al Horford with the Celtics. Jalen Johnson, picture with the Hawks. Derek Lively with the Mavericks. Zach LaVine with the Bulls. Good old TJ McConnell still kicking around there. Been around forever with the Pacers. PJ Washington. Jalen Duren. Scotty Barnes. Oh, Ben Simmons. That's another one I got to be real careful with. There, right there.
Where is Ben Simmons nowadays? I don't even know.
Is he back in Australia? Oh,
well, it didn't seem like he really wanted to play basketball in the NBA anymore. So maybe he is in Australia. Who knows?
we got Clay
Yeah, he's
Thompson.
playing in Australia.
Got Clay Thompson there with the Mavs, and then we close out with two strong ones here. We got John Morant franchise features. It ends up being an okay pack with a lot of filler. And then last but not least, we got a really nice Anthony Davis here picture with the Lakers there. But look at that one. That's a nice one. Stays on top. It's very
reflective. Yeah, that's a really nice card.
There we go. So that ended up being worth the Coles purchase there. Good stuff there. Time for polls of the day. I'm gonna have to probably just stick with that Anthony Davis right there for me. Last one is the best one.
Save the best for last. One final push. I think I will go with. I think it's a toss-up for me. Either the Cade Stover autograph or the Patrick Mahomes blueprint.
It's probably, as much as you like to say it's an autograph, it should be an autograph. I mean, the jury's still out on what Cade Stover is going to be as a tight end. So yeah, I'd probably lean the Mahomes there, even though you can still get decent, still get a couple bucks for an autograph, even if it's nobody. So probably go with Cade Stover. We'll call that the pull of the day right there on this edition of Rip N Riff. Here with that, Mr. Jared Moore and myself. No, before we get to the figure 5 for this week, we're going to go 2 in a row, see if Jared can get this one out of the box. It'll be basketball today. So my daughter Annabelle had a simple request. She's like, can I get some Valkyrie cards? I'm like, okay, cool. Absolutely. Let me see what I can do.
What's a Valkyrie card?
Like the Golden State Valkyries. She wants like basketball.
Oh, WNBA cards.
Yeah. Now,
okay.
So for most of we'll say for the 4 other major sports, if you wanted to just buy a team set of your car, like for your team, you could go out on eBay and find that from various years, recent years, or you can piece it together, from like just buying in single, base cards or whatever. Obviously, the Valkyrie have only been in the league for 1 year. So there's only 1 year of WNBA cards that will have Valkyrie in them. And it's also the same year where Paige Buckers is a rookie, and Paige Buckers is a very popular player. Buchers is a popular player. Maybe not to the level of Caitlin Clark, but the card values, are approaching that, or maybe not approaching that, but they're pretty high. I can't find a single hobby box, blaster box for like less than triple digits. So I saw one for $969. Like, are you kidding me? Like, and then I'm like, all right, let me see if I could go to eBay and figure this out. And it's like $2 to $4 a card for base. To get like 8 cards was going to cost me like $30. I'm like, what is happening here? For you want to grow this, and I understand the market dictates it, but like here it is, a 6-year-old girl with a real normal request for somebody of that age for a sport that she's into. Hey, can I get cards for that team? Should be a layup. No problem. Let's go to the store. We'll buy a couple of maybe we'll buy a hobby box. We'll buy a couple of blaster boxes, whatever, and we'll try and piece it together. And whatever else we could that is insane. I'm so like for a sport that you're trying to be, we're popular. We want to be paid as much as the men and all that. And it's like I can go get a pack of this for $8 somewhere. I can't do that with the WNBA.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's good that the WNBA has gotten popular enough where there's that type of demand, especially for the high end star athletes, and you mentioned some of them there with Caitlin Clark and Paige and all that, but I think it just speaks to just 2025 and in general how inaccessible this hobby is becoming for a lot of people, because like paying $960 for a blaster box of WNBA cards is ridiculous. I don't care who's in the fucking box. You could have all your top stars in that box, and like I think that's ridiculous. And obviously, there's no guarantee you're getting that in that. So because you're you're basically playing the lottery at that point, anyways. Like you're better off just trying to get an individual card at that point. But
Here's the thing, like it's not like an older kid. Like sometimes you go to these card conventions, you see these 14-year-old kids walking around with their boxes, but wheeling and dealing, and good for them. Like I'm not ready to make that investment for somebody that's young. But this was an organic. She sees her dad, opening packs of cards from time to time. Hey, I want to be involved in that too. Like it should have been a layup moment. Let's go to the store and handle it. And you can't. And I understand the situation. Like, yes, if they were the Valkyrie didn't exist in previous years. I can find $30 blaster boxes for 2022. That's not helping me. When you have a new team coming out this year too. So like, it's just, yeah, that was a little bit of a rough moment. I'm like going on eBay. I'm like, am I really going to pull the trigger and spend $30, $40 on 8 base cards?
Yeah, I haven't looked. I'm just curious. I'm going to do a search for WNBA cards. Yeah, I mean, you could do like...
It's got to be from 2025. It can't be predate that.
Okay, so 2025.
That's the thing I ran into is I searched for WNBA cards. I'm like, oh, okay, I could find reasonably priced blaster boxes. Not a big deal. But I'm like, oh, wait, it has to be this year. And then when you search 2025, it's like, the availability is scarce and whatever you can find.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I go to Toy Wiz and there's like no availability. Period.
Yeah, like there's nothing for 2025 because it's a good year for rookies, which I get. That does happen. But you know what? Like, last couple of years have been good for NHL rookies with Celebrini and Bedard. I can go and get blaster boxes and get a base rookie of one of them. Potentially pull a base rookie.
Holy shit. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. You see like the Donruss hobby boxes are all like $550.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm not dropping that kind of coin. I'm sorry. That's just insane.
Jeez. What about just packs?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like, okay, buy a 4-pack of cards, and if you don't get anybody you know or care about, you just dropped X amount of dollars. Like even the packs are like $20, $30. Like, come on, this is WNBA here. I'm not trying to like downplay it, but it's like you can't complain that the sport's not popular and you're not making enough money, and then like stuff like that happens. Like have an affordable line of cards.
I mean, somebody's got to be buying them at that price point. Otherwise, they wouldn't be selling it at that price point.
Exactly. So it's just,
I guess whoever's buying it is just your hardcore collector. But eventually that's going to go away too, because people are just going to see that it's not worth that kind of money. And
yeah. So it's just I encountered that over the weekend, and I'm like, no, that's a good topic for Rip N Riff, and I do need to bring that up because it's. And I get it. Like with every other sport, there are tiers of cards that you can buy where, okay, you're spending a lot of money on a box, but you have a chance on getting this. And it's like, right. But there's alternatives for people who can't afford or don't want to spend that kind of coin on boxes. And there's no alternative there.
All right. Let me ask you this question. Would you consider on eBay bidding on like a box break for the Valkyries? So like I'm looking at a listing right now, it's like $27. It's not a buy it now, so you'd have to bid on it, but like I guess whatever Valkyries would come in.
But sometimes I would just have to guarantee that they're going to send all the Valkyries, because sometimes they don't send. They'll be like, we only send inserts and hits. We don't send base. They don't want to deal with the shipping for X amount of cards. So yeah, that is. I didn't think about that route. That is a route I could try and do that. You can send me that link. That would be wonderful. But it is time. We've been talking a lot of basketball today. We don't talk a lot of basketball on Rip N Riff, but today we are, and now we probably won't for like weeks. We just get it all out of our systems at once. Now, today's figure 5 comes from the world of the NBA. And that's all Jared gets in terms of a hint.
That's all I get.
That's all he gets. But he's been doing. He's done a good job of sniffing them down. He didn't get last week's, but he's got a chance this week. Out here. Say again.
Is this player an NBA champion?
He is not a champion. No. And I'll give you this: he's not a Hall of Famer.
Well, that's gonna be tough because I feel like everybody who's halfway decent in the NBA makes a Hall of Fame. So,
I will give you this bone: he was on the All Rookie team and he was a Rookie of the Year. Now it's on you.
Yeah, it's on me. Has this player gotten into coaching in his post-playing career?
Not that I'm aware of, but let me just double check. He has. Okay, he has. That was me being a little bit under the rock there. He is a college basketball coach.
This is a very specific question, but you'll understand where I'm going once I ask it. Is this player known by two different first names? Or like a first name and a nickname?
No. No.
No?
No.
Oh. Okay. So much for my Penny Hardaway guess.
Right church, wrong pew.
Yeah.
He was a guard. Oh.
I'm gonna really struggle with this one. Did this player ever reach an NBA Finals?
No. Wait, maybe we sure he didn't last year. Oh.
All right, so he's not a Hall of Famer, not a champion, never even made it to the finals, and he's involved with coaching. I don't know how many questions I have left. I think I have two
more.
left.
And he was a rookie of the year, and obviously on the all-rookie team, he won rookie of the year in 95-96.
Did this player go to Duke?
He did not go to Duke. Went to Arizona.
Does this player have a prominent basketball podcast in 2025?
I'm gonna have to double check that. I mean, I wouldn't say it's prominent on like all the smoke level or anything close to that. No, I don't even know if he has one, to be honest.
I'm totally stumped. The way we were steering in the direction at the end there, I thought it might have been Gilbert Arenas.
Okay,
but I don't think it's Gilbert Arenas.
No, it's not Gilbert Arenas.
No, and I'm genuinely stumped. You said Arizona. It's not Richard Jefferson. It's not Channing Frye. I have no idea. I'm sorry.
He's got nothing. All right.
I got nothing. I don't even have a guess.
The correct answer was Mr. Damon Stoudemire, currently the Georgia Tech head coach. All rookie team with the Raptors, then went on to Portland for many years, back to where he grew up, and wrapped up his career with 2 years in Memphis and San Antonio. So,
yeah, and you mentioned Memphis. That's why I was thinking Penny Hardaway, because he coached at University of Memphis. So
I had no idea he was a Georgia Tech head coach right now. So when you said, is he a current college basketball coach? I'm like, all right, he's thinking of Penny Hardaway. No, but let me just double check. And yeah, he was. I didn't know he's at Georgia Tech. He's been there for a couple of years, so good for him. Good for him. Good attempt by Mr. Jared Moore, but nonetheless, sometimes that's how they go. But we'll make another attempt here in an upcoming episode of Rip and Riff. Now, One thing that has been going well is the New Jersey Devils start to the season here. What is their winning streak up to?
They're up to 8 after beating Colorado yesterday. I think at Colorado again on the road tomorrow night. So we'll see what happens.
And we got at Jared Moore Poker for all your poker content there. And then for myself, at Total Hockey Now on Thursdays, live at 5 o'clock Eastern. And then we switch into picks mode at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time on Thursdays. So be sure to check that out. But that does it for this edition, Rip and Riff. Please reach out to the show, Rip and Riff at YouTube and on X. Also, ripandriff at gmail.com as well. But for at Mr. Jared Moore, I'm at Pucking Thoughts Adam Bernard with you an all new episode of Rip and Riff here on the Rip and Riff YouTube channel next week. Thanks, everybody.